Win it here. Have to give their forwards first chance. They've got to play on, take the game on at every opportunity. Got nothing to lose, Port.
The men in the middle to try and get them rolling. Moore been activated as the sub for Port as well. Here's Wingard. Little ball to Birchall. Birchall out wide. Hodge gives chase. Ebert will arrive. They must score and do it early in this quarter, Port.
Chad Wingard started off half back and charged through the square. They're trying to invent ways to get Chad Wingard into this contest. He's had only 6 possessions, no goals.
Birchall wide. Hodge elevates over the top of Ebert. Right in front of the umpires' race there on the southern side.
It's one of those times, Das, where old coaches say that you can be having a bad night, but you can actually turn your night around completely with the last quarter, couple of efforts, maybe 1 or 2 goals. You don't have to finish with a dirty night, despite the fact the first 3 quarters might have been quiet.
Port's still alive, but they've never come from this far back at 3-quarter time. 21 points twice, the biggest deficit they've overcome. Port Adelaide, kick wide, Jonas marks.
She's a good mark, Jonas. He's done that 3 or 4 times tonight in this position. Wins it back for his team.
We know their running capabilities, and when they get their tails going, they can really...
Lingy, what about at ground level? Is any signs that Port are showing a little bit of tiredness? They've had to come from Perth back to Adelaide, over to Melbourne.
Oh, Richo, it'll be one of the most incredible efforts if they run over the top of this Hawthorn outfit. They are going to roll the dice, though. You can see even at this stoppage, everyone on the move, everybody getting momentum. If they can kick a couple early, tiredness goes out the window, confidence comes.
Polak gets a look, drives deep inside 50. Wingard got the box seat here, elevates, almost got hold of it. Little one by Gray around the corner. The man of the moment's kicked the goal. Port Adelaide are back in business.
And it's those 2 players, the X factor, as Lingy pointed out beautifully there, that players getting momentum through that stoppage. Polak gets it on the outside, whacks it in. Wingard nearly marked the ball. And his partner in crime at ground level, Robbie Gray. Can't speak highly enough of him at the moment. 3 goals again.
How good is he?
22 touches. He's a superstar, Robbie Gray now.
So Robbie Gray didn't get a vote in the Brownlow medal last year. He might go from 0 to winning it. Yeah. He has put together one of the best seasons we've seen for a long time, and another 3-goal final. He's just had an unbelievable season.
And six clearances too.
Just a big moment player he's been in this game. Every time they've needed it, he's found a way to get it. Wines is the one that he'd like to join him, and that's a high tackle on Wines. And Ollie Wines, the boy from Echuca, will get the free here. So Port Adelaide on the early attack. Got it under 3 goals.
So Burgoyne's playing deep on Robbie Gray now.
Wines looking wide. That's where all the space is, but they didn't go. They let him down. They didn't commit to the lead. Jure.
And I think that's what Kenny Hinkley might just have to do, is they want Robbie Gray in the middle because he'll win probably 3 or 4 clearances and set you up, but I think he just has to persist and leave him in the goal square, see if he can kick 2 or 3 more and pull off a miracle here.
There's no one else that you can see going to the square for Port.
Wingard just hasn't looked likely. They look like that matchup's not worrying him. Was Gray.
That's a really tough call.
Rough decision there, Rich.
Spanger didn't have it.
No, Ollie Wines had the ball, and the umpire thought that Spanger had the footy.
Goes short to Ebert.
You can't assume things. I think Spanger did pull it in the first place, and I think that's the explanation of the free kick.
Ebert goes long. Wingard is lurking at the back, looking to run it. Lobe over the top. Has taken a beauty. This to get it back to 11 points.
So here it is. Spanger was the first man to dive on it and pull it in. And they'll say you can't do that, and that's why the free kick was paid. Then he copped one in the mush to go on with.
A great effort from Lobe. He's battled single-handedly against Segler and Hale for most of this match, and To go forward and take this big mark, BT's massive.
It's his first kick of the night. He's done okay, having said that.
Competed pretty well.
Yeah, he has. First kick of the night for Lobie is a monster one. Kicks it across the face. And that's a little bit about that kick, knowing the idiosyncrasies of this ground, and he never looked like it. Started at the wrong spot. Had a bit of damage to the eye, didn't he? Birchall goes wide. 3-on-1 in favour of Port. Broadbent to Need. Held onto it a little too long. He tried to get through there, Needy.
Geez, that's a great captain's tackle, isn't it? Just ragdolled Need.
You like the body language of Port Adelaide here at the moment, though, as well. They certainly have not given up in any way, shape or form. Westhoff, they're still playing like they're a real big chance here. Duray looking for Spanger. Up goes Segler, couldn't mark. Hartlett committed to the footy. Won it now, he tries to shuffle it out. Have a look at this, Alapati Carlisle in there with Spanger and Segler.
They can't get past this point on the ground at the moment. Hawthorn, they've come forward 3 or 4 times and been rebounded from here each time.
Those wires you see from the high shot are to keep the Seagulls out of the G.
Fighting the ball, put the ball on the ground, advantage!
So Corns takes the opportunity, that advantage. He had the opportunity to put his hand up and said no, but he's kept it alive here, and Hodge.
I'd get Roughhead up to centre-half forward at the moment because they can't get through about 60 metres. And I'll get Spanger behind him. I think that's...
You're all over him. That's exactly what's happening now. Alistair Clarkson's listening to that. Pushed Hale forward and Roughhead further up the ground.
Well done, Richo. You are all over it. Carlisle, there is Roughhead. Missed though. Wines through traffic. Into the middle. Gibson awaits. Here's the little man, Mitchell. On his left side. Gives Spanger a chance. They go back and they mob him. 3-on-1. Bruce was there. Spanger pushes off. Gives Hale a chance. Here's Roughhead. Can he kick goal number 7? No, not just at the moment. The sub Simpkin. Langford. Little loopy handball. Gunston. And now Smith. No problems with the distance here for Smith.
They've had him pretty well under control, Isaac Smith. We haven't seen a lot of that real running bounce, overlap, carry and kick long. He's coming up for disposal number 16. And he normally hits the scoreboard as well. So this is a big moment for him.
Isaac Smith from well within Smith range. He lets it all hang out. And he just milked a beautiful big-time goal. Hawthorn by 22.
Well, what a big-time shot at goal from Isaac Smith. They had to work really hard for that. Really struggling to get through that centre-half forward position on the ground. They just kept at it. And Smith found himself with a bit of fat side space to lead into. And with his pace, if he's got grass in front of him, he's going to get off his man. And Gunston put a nice kick in towards him.
Really got through it nicely. Liked it the moment, left the boot.
Hale's just come off with the blood rule. And Roughhead's gone into the middle of the ground again.
Little nick on the eye. Lobie's already had his work done on the eye. Back in the middle, 22-point margin. Here's Boat. Bustles to Wines. Wines to Westhoff. Now Gibson gets in a position to spoil and did well.
Every time this match at Hawthorn have kicked the goal, they've followed up with a second goal. And right now, at this stage, they cannot allow that to happen again, Port. They just simply have to kick the next goal. You feel like 28 points might be just one goal too many.
Through the hands of Wines. Hill. Piopolo looking to go back to Hill. Simpkin. And just to relieve pressure, Langford really nicely to Roughhead.
Stay there!
Just senses the moment, Rough, when to creep up the ground and get involved.
Hodge wants to go way out west. Stratton. Gray made him earn it. Beautiful pick up and run here by Smith. Great chase by Ebert, but Smith realised he had to back off. Played within his capabilities. The 227s. Paddy Carlisle. Broadbent. Pulverising Segler tackle. Now Broadbent's got it all to do.
Gee, they keep having a crack, Hawthorn. Luke Hodge, that was really risky. It almost came off. Port nearly intercepted it. But they get it round the other side of the ground, inside 50 now.
Lobie under real pressure now, Hawthorn. Can't afford to concede a goal here. Brust. Rough head, Boak. Wanted the give and go. Wines pulled it back. Had it on a string. Got to hit the target, and he does. Schultz. Schultz can go down the field to Gray. One-on-one with Gibson. And it was a wise choice by Gibson not to keep it in play against Gray. He gets the congratulations of Grant Birchall. So just a momentary lull in this one. Brust. Dangerous spot here for Port. Got to go. Roughhead did. Little handball out to Hill. Caught in a double tackle. Ebert. Corns tackling for his life here. I'm not sure that Roughhead had possession of the footy there. And he's furious. He said, I didn't have it. The ball was on the ground. And it was. He never had it in his possession at any time.
He couldn't believe it, Ruff.
Lobie. Hodge.
Will Langford's had a big second half. He's done a great job on Travis Boak and winning a lot of the footy himself.
Brust from the intersection of the 50 and the boundary. Gunston might play on goal. 28-point Hawthorn lead. Biggest margin of the game.
Well, the Hawks are winning some easy clearances now, and so are Port Adelaide, but that's because Port have to roll the dice around the stoppages. But in doing that, if it doesn't come off, it has to be perfect. Hawthorn are getting some clean clearances back the other way. And that is going to make it really hard. Jack Gunston hasn't had his biggest night, but a crucial goal might put it out of reach. Have a look at that. Pretty good technique there. Didn't get into his back. Was in his side the whole time, and it's a nice mark.
So Hawthorn now well and truly on the march to the last day of the season. Roughhead took him on, kept the arms free. Hale back to Roughhead. An extraordinary 7 goals on offer. Didn't get it. Was that a hamstring for Hopsch, or is that Crab? So sure.
I think he's in trouble. The trainer's putting his hand up, so he's not in a good way.
Stolen by Gray. Carlisle has been solid all game, but Roughhead again looking for another opportunity. This time fed out the handball to Gunston. You can see the player in trouble in the background.
My ball, injured player. No, in contest, my ball. My ball, we're throwing it up here. Throw up here, injured player. Just here.
You get the best umpires, obviously, this time of year, and they just got composure, and that was a smart thing to do. They hold it up as we wait for Jack Holmes, who's...
I think he hit his head on the ground as he landed.
Out a bit. He may have just there, knocked his head on the ground, which I could get.
He's been brave. So's Jonas. It's just tough when you're playing the best team probably of the last 4 years, and they're coming off a break and you're not, and it's just starting to take its toll.
Yeah, he looks all over the place, Homps, here, doesn't he? Stunned, perhaps even concussed from there, and Ken Hinkley ponders a whopping 29-point margin here now with only 11 minutes in the game remaining.
All right, Port Adelaide. Straight back.
Pollock.
Thanks, Liam. Hold.
Short footy to Moore. Moore keeps it alive to Lobie.
Thanks, Sean. Hold.
This is what Hawthorn have just done brilliantly all night. They've forced Port Adelaide to be slow at times, long kick down the line. That's not how Port Adelaide want to play. Brilliantly defended again.
Shields, high ball back where it all started. Lobie the man that kicked it, and now Carlisle to White, to Boak, back to White. Looking to penetrate with run through the middle of the ground. He's got an opportunity here to see Wingard. He marks, gives it to Monfries. No one in the square. Monfries drills an attempted goal. That was touched on the line by Lake.
So they're going to be a good team, Port, though, aren't they? They are going to be coming next year from 5th position this year into a prelim, and a young side.
Gee, if they get hold of Ryder to help Lobie.
Yes.
And help the forward end as well with Schultz. Simpkin, the sub. Does he get a game next week? Brad Sewell, what's he thinking? Is Jordan Lewis going to be any good? Is that the way it's going to finish? Here's Segler. Short one to Hill. Clean bowl. Gray now.
Just middle stump.
It was more. Quick give Ebert here. Carlisle under the pump. Just finds O'Shea.
Jonathan Segler, he's playing for a spot in the grand final. No, big boy McAvoy is sitting there. He's going to play in a VFL grand final tomorrow, but hasn't been his best game, Big Segler. I wonder if he's just opened the door a bit for McAvoy today.
And what about Rioli tomorrow as well?
Yeah, he plays
playing.
Well, you think if Rioli gets through the game tomorrow, he plays, doesn't he?
Yeah, as the sub maybe next week, or does he start?
Mate, well, I don't know, but
we're jumping the gun a bit here anyway.
Well, if they make it, he definitely get picked. That is for sure if he gets through the game. There's no doubt there, for me anyway. Smith, Spanger, done well competing up forward, just like he does down back. Ebert tried to take him on. Hodge got him in the tackle. And Shields with a blood nose.
So one of the great things that they've had, as we see Liam Shields go off the ground. So Rioli, if he's fit, does he play next week in the grand final? I think an overwhelming support for that. If he gets through tomorrow and plays well in the VFL grand final, you have to play Rioli in the grand final.
I think you have to, because he's that player that can create something out of nothing in a big game. It could be the difference. It's a bit tight, though.
Common sense, come on. I've got the middle. We right? Just wait, I'll let you know. Straight back, keep the metre, keep the metre.
Keep the metre and then lock.
Holding the man. Port Adelaide.
Great.
Play on.
Got to go now. 8.5 minutes here. 28-point margin. Must score. Must score. But it's not going to happen.
Saw Travis Boak get boot to ball there. They've had a great win in the second half. Will Langford's done an amazing job, Richo. Will Langford's had 12 disposals in the second half, 7 clearances. He's kept Travis Boak to 9 disposals and 2 clearances. So Boak was best on ground, and Will Langford has gone, and he's just had an amazing role.
He's emerged in the last couple of months, hasn't he, Langford? Bona fide senior player now, and a good one.
Monfries has snuck out the back here, and Gibson interfered with him, so it's a Monfries free.
Gibbo can't believe it. Look at his face.
Well, he has to have got all ball, and I'm not sure he did. Let's see. No, he interfered with his attempt to mark.
There's only one guy going on the ball there, Josh, and it's him.
I think it's a legitimate attempt at trying to spoil from Gibbo.
He was going the ball, but I think you've got to pay that.
Yep, agree. Monfries goals as a result, and it's back to 22 points, so it's not done with yet.
Can we explain how I saw it? He's going back. He's the only one going the ball. He comes from.
See Birchall saying you owe us one. It cost us one. Gibbo still can't believe it. I think he's pretty stiff on that. Having a look at the replay, but they've got to get their heads back on, because
Plenty of time,
22 points is very gettable. So Josh Gibson cannot believe it. He feels as though he's going back. His eyes on the footy the whole way. Monfries makes contact. I think it's a really harsh free kick for mine, but regardless, it's a goal, and now 22 points and 7 minutes and a bit to go. That's enough time.
Plenty of time on the clock, Das. Not plenty, but enough, perhaps. 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes, an eternity in a game like this. 22-point margin, and with the quick scoring power that Port are capable of, it's gettable.
That's right. They can score quickly. It'd be the greatest comeback of all time, though, I reckon.
Well, it would, but we love history, Richo. His roughhead has just been excellent. If they kick another one in the next minute, Richo, what are you going to say?
Yeah, they're a chance.
All right. Here we go. Richo, here we go. Up to the forward end for Port. Got to go, and committed Duray and out of bounds. Now Port have got it into a very nice position. Part of the big crowd at the G, 74,000 plus tonight. We know Sydney are there. John Longmire's here. 74,856 to be precise. Boak lets it rip high footy. Here's Wingard. He's marked. Wingard is marked in the pocket. Now, Richo, if he kicks this, it's back to 16.
Yeah, back within 3 goals. And he loves this. Chad Wingard loves the moment. Non-preferred side, though. Looks like it's going the left foot banana.
Huge kick. Goes the left banana, and he goals. Wingard has goaled. They're back within 16. They're a big chance.
He was always going to kick that. He just was never going to miss. Lee pointed out before, he's had a shocker tonight, Chad Wingard. I think it's probably the quietest game he might have played this year. But really talented players. They just find a moment, and all of a sudden there's some tension around the G.
A few nerves creeping in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's pictures of Koshy live. I'm not sure where he's going, whether he's got a commitment, but he might just want to take a seat for a moment, because that gets it back to 16 with 6.5 on the tick-tock. Boy, oh boy, Richo, what do you got to say now?
A big chance.
They are. Look at this. Broadbent to Moore. Moore inside the square. There's Need on the lead. Kick too heavy. Just a touch too heavy.
This is the problem, though. They've got to roll the dice, and now Hawthorn have got players out the other way.
Puopolo.
What's he doing?
He ran out of tarmac. Segler, Shields, bombs inside 50. Big defensive play here for Port Adelaide. Alabadi Carlisle bullets the handball. They're away again. Boak with an inside kick, looking for White. Needs some help from Moore. Did well, Simpkin. Moore went and got it. They're away again, I hear. Beautiful handball from Boak. Over the top to Hartlett. He's got a lot of space and time. Takes a bounce. Wants to go inside. Little one here to Westhoff. Handball over to Wingard. Wingard gets around. Handball to Wines. Step through. Caught in the tackle. Spills to Need. Oh. I reckon if that didn't spill to Port Adelaide, that would have been play on. Illegal disposal.
Good call. Gee, they're coming, though.
What about how brilliant they are just to keep taking the game on Port Adelaide? They all keep rolling the dice. Wingard, all of a sudden, who's had no influence, suddenly he looks like he could kick another couple and make this a really tight last 5 minutes.
They've got to get one-on-one, though. They can't let Hawthorn milk any time off the clock here.
Exactly right, Richo. Somehow they need to find a way to defend. They've got to force a ball long to a contest to give them an opportunity to win the ball back. They can't let Hawthorn control the footy.
2011, Hawthorn lost in the prelim by 3. 2012, they won over Adelaide by 5. 2013, 5-point win over Geelong. They've all been within a goal, the prelims. The last 3 for the Hawks. They'll be saying, oh no, here we go again. Wingard, long handball. Schultz was a big kick. He's a thumping kick. He squirts that inside, and his mark has been paid to Pollock.
Right on it. Clear out. Clear out. You're right there.
Pollock could nearly go the journey from there. He knows it will take his best. This to set the G alight.
Segler's bolting back. He has to get back to the goal line here, the ruckman.
Pollock from 55 metres. It's right there. It's there. I think it's a goal! I think it's a goal! I think it's a goal! Yes or no?
I believe it's touched. I'd just like to check.
It's a goal, I reckon.
Score review. Umpire's call is touch behind. Please check. Thank you.
I think they will change this. I think it's a goal.
That's a goal.
Port are going to be given a goal.
Just hold for
This,
The score is a goal. Ball was not touched.
it's a goal. Port Adelaide are back within 10 points.
goal. All clear for a goal.
It is a goal. Port are back. 4 minutes to go. They're back within 10 points. The place has gone berserk.
This is unbelievable. Hawthorn have stopped. They are just coming, Port Adelaide. It's almost in their favour.
So the score review comes into play, and
At a big time, Darth.
it does. And from that angle, you have to say that ball is over the line. We'll have camera experts tell us that sometimes it looks one way and it could be the other, but good courage. The score review has said definitely that was over the line. 4 minutes to go, 10 points.
Plenty of time.
Absolutely.
And look at the Hawthorn defenders. Everyone's pointing the hands around. They've rolled a loose player back.
Richo, what now? Greatest comeback of all time.
Oh, I said it, and it will be.
Well, here
Stand
we go.
by.
I told you about their last three prelims, the Hawks, all within a goal. Look at this. Out of the middle. Pittard took him on. Moore got caught, and that's a throw.
Jeez, they were out too. And Wingard, all of a sudden, he came off half-back, got a really slick handball out. Look at Sam Mitchell. They're going to try and...
They're not looking to score, though.
No.
They're looking to save it.
They've stopped. They have stopped to walk the Hawks. Burgoyne inching little footy. Won't be long before Port get the one-on-ones they're after, and now they've got that.
Lingy a bit far out to hang on to it, do you think?
Yeah, as long as they're controlling the ball and moving down, but well done, Port Adelaide. Forced long to a contest, got to win it back.
They do indeed. Off hands it comes. Puopolo squirted the handball. Jonas sets up Wingard. Little spearing ball. Westhoff handball to Boak. Langford tries to run him down. Boak got rid of the ball. Here goes Lake with a big thump. Port got the numbers. Boak caught. Wingard 70 out. Gets it in. Oh boy.
Oh, yes.
Monfries is marked. Oh no, Richo. Monfries is marked within 20 metres. This to get it back within a kick. Angus Monfries, no need to hurry. No need to hurry. Unbelievable scenes. Hawthorn have stopped. Port are back within 4 points. They're back within one straight kick. Can you believe it? At the 11-minute mark, they were 28 points down.
This is out of control, this prelim final. They have stopped dead Hawthorn. And now they have to find a way. All the runners, Port Adelaide, all the body language is Port Adelaide, all the fan support is Port Adelaide. They've just got to find a way. They can't go in there short. They've got to kick the next goal. They can't try and hang on.
It's been these players for Port running off the back of the square, and if you look down now, they're lined up across the back of the square, the Port Adelaide players. They're just going to sprint through the middle of the ground. Hawthorn have got to try and win it.
What about this set play? They're like in a 100-metre sprint at half-back, ready to go. It's amazing.
4 goals in 10 minutes of play here. That's what they've done. Off hands, Puopolo, 2 minutes and 33. 4-point game. Every one of their last 4 prelims have been within a goal. The Hawks.
Port Adelaide. Advantage, advantage.
They've got the free. Boats found space in the middle. Overrunning it was Roughhead. Westhoff, Wingard, long handball. Here's Boat. Well done, Langford. Langford and Roughhead. A 0-all draw would be a good result here for Port.
He's back.
Port have got the free.
He's back first. Stay there.
Polak's free.
You've got to clear out. Time on.
60 metres. 1 minute 58. Short ball wide to Pittard. Pittard gets around on his non-preferred left. They're all there. Westhoff crashes the pack off hands Gibson, and now Suckling with a big kick. A big kick wobbling towards the boundary line, and it goes over.
Gee.
So Port lock it in.
He could have rushed to behind there, Suckling.
all the attacking run, all the brave play, and this is why you love Port Adelaide. This is why you love the message Ken Hinkley has given them all year. Listen to the crowd. He has said, we would rather take the game on and risk losing it, and they are the aggressors at the moment, Port Adelaide.
Oh, John Longmire, 10 minutes ago, thought he was playing Hawthorn. White, there's a chance to score. Moore is marked. He's within kicking range, and this to blow the season wide open. Boy, oh boy, you can't believe it, Richo.
The Hawks players
could believe it.
Out on their feet. They look tired, they look shell-shocked.
This to hit the front. It's a left to right. It's very, very tight.
All right, can Hawthorn hold it now?
So 1 minute and 5 seconds. Tough kick for Moore. We've seen plenty kicked from there this year, though.
Sean Burgoyne, the man. You wouldn't want it in better hands than with Sean Burgoyne.
Have a look at the one-on-one matchups. Burgoyne pumps it long and wide. Markey, but he doesn't waste any time. Brilliant smother, Hodge. Oh, look at Jonas go in. What a smother from Luke Hodge.
It's holding the ball. You guys got it.
Oh, gee, that's a big call.
Here, Hawthorn.
That replay there of Luke Hodge, the captain. He might have just got his team into a grand final with that second effort. Harsh call. He gets it to Mitchell. They might just be able to hold on here, Hawthorn.
They're a little disorganised here. They've lost the man on the man. Look at Burgoyne, he's free. Mitchell not taking any risks and going near goal, though. He said the boundary line is where I want to be. Halapati Carlisle marks. They've got 25 seconds. They've got to go. The runner's out there. They know how long. Hartlett.
They've got Schultz free.
They have. Schultz can kick it inside 50. He takes a bounce. It'll be a big kick. Here comes Monfries. Monfries and Lake. Lake and Monfries. 25 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 2 seconds.
I thought he was going to play holding the ball.
Hawthorn have made the grand final. Hawthorn have won. A promoter's dream. Buddy versus Hawthorn. The two best sides make it.